Hello family, this is Beverly Black and welcome back. Welcome back to our kitchen. Today we're getting ready to make two sweet potato pies. So stay around so you can learn how I make my sweet potato pies. You know the holidays are fast approaching us and we need to get these recipes together. Come on in the room. I have 3 sweet potatoes here that I've already baked. I bake my sweet potatoes because to me, when you boil them, you're boiling away the nutrients and the color is not as good. So I always bake them on 350 or 375, depending on your oven, for an hour to an hour and 10 minutes. But stick a fork or a toothpick in it just like you would do a cake and see if it comes out clean, and then you know that your sweet potato is done. A lot of people boil theirs. I've done it before. I've done it in a rush. But the best way to do your sweet potatoes for your pies and casseroles or anywhere you cook them is to bake them. Some people even put them in the microwave and bake them like that. But I put them in the oven. And what you will need for these sweet potato pies is 2 pie crusts. I already have those over on the side. They were frozen. I put them in the oven. I pierced them in the bottom with a fork and put them in the oven for about 5 minutes. And I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees. Okay. Oh, I almost spilled this butter. But you will need 1 stick of butter, melted, 1 cup of white sugar. I'm not a cup, a half a cup of white sugar, a half a cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, slightly beaten. I will be using 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Some people put allspice in theirs. I don't. It's just whatever your flavor is. And a teaspoon of vanilla, which I put a little dash of lemon flavor also. And I'll be adding the vanilla at the end. Okay, I'm going to use the hand mixer today and beat these potatoes up. Yes, we are. We're going to beat them up. That way you can get the strings out. It is best to mix up your potatoes before you start adding your ingredients. When you do this, you can get the strings out of your potatoes. And some potatoes are really stringy. You see, some are in here. And when you see little black places that you may have missed, when you were cutting up the potatoes, just take them out. Mix these potatoes up real good. You want them to be real creamy. Okay, you see these strings in these potatoes? You want to get rid of those. You don't want those in your pie. So I'm gonna clean this off of my mixer blades now. And put them back in, and we'll add, I didn't tell you, a cup of evaporated milk. I don't know if I did or didn't, I don't know. Okay, now we're going to add the 1 cup of melted butter, the 1/2 cup of light brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white granulated sugar, we'll put the eggs in last because I can do a taste test and see how it is tasting and make sure it's all right. 1 cup of evaporated milk, okay, find my measuring spoon, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg or nutmeg or however. I booger it up every time I say it. You don't want to put a whole lot of this in it because you don't want it to be too overpowering. Now let's just mix all of this up. Okay. You want to make sure you mix it up really well, and it probably take about 10 minutes to mix it to get it creamy. Now we're going to add the 2 eggs, slightly beaten. Make sure they're room temperature. Always have your eggs when you're baking room temperature. Okay, let's mix these eggs in. And now we're going to add the vanilla, which is 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Because when you put your vanilla in, you don't want to overbeat it. It'll take the flavor of the vanilla away. So that's why you put it in last. 1 teaspoon. I'm going to put a tad more. Okay, that's more than a tad. And a little bit of lemon flavor. I'm just going to, this is just for my taste. Now we'll mix it together. My pie shells are ready, and I'm going to put the mixture in the pie shells. You want to have a real creamy consistency. The oven is already preheated at 375 degrees, and I'm gonna start baking it for about 1 hour. It may take an hour to 10 minutes. We'll have to see. But after 45 minutes or 50 minutes, check it and see how they're coming along. Don't open up your oven door because that lets the heat out. I hope you have a light that you can turn on in your oven and you can check your pies. Okay, shake them up. And here are our 2 pies. I'm getting ready to put them in the oven, and I will be back when they are done. The pies are out of the oven and look oh so good. And it is smelling so good in here. Let me sit this down, and I'm going to cut a slice. That first slice coming out, and it's still hot too. It's the one that gives you the most trouble, but that's all right. I didn't do a very good Lord have mercy. I didn't do a very good job at cutting it because it is still hot. But that is all right. Ooh. It was so good. I need to put some whipped cream on top of this. Yeah. That's it. That is good. Thank you everyone for coming by and for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I thank you. Remember, I love you, but God loves you more. Why? Because you are His masterpiece. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Getting ready for my miracle. Getting ready for greatness. Getting ready for my heart's desire. I'm growing into a flower and glamorous. Getting ready for my miracle. Getting ready for greatness. Getting ready for my heart's desire. I'm growing into a flower and glamorous. Getting ready for my miracle. Getting ready for greatness. Getting ready for my heart's desire. I'm growing into a flower